Sometimes clients will ask questions like, is the reading about me or is it about like my sister, best friend, boyfriend, whoever? Because it sounds more like them than me. So what's going on? I see this commonly if there's a lot of enmeshment between the client and the other person. But for this very reason alone, this is why I typically don't do readings professionally where, your bestie or whoever is sitting in with you as you get a reading, because the impressions are hard for me to often pull apart when there's two people sitting there at the same time. Now, another reason that this can happen too is while maybe you're pulling the cards or you've been asked to focus, instead of focusing on yourself or your question, you're actually thinking about that other person, which the tarot and me has picked up. And so you are kind of the link in the chain, but you directed your energy to another person. And that is what's coming through in the reading. I think personally, this is more rare for me than not. I typically see this actually more often in mediumship, where we've tried to call one person through and another person shows up who also wanted to talk, or that other person shows up and they don't want to talk to you. They want to talk about their little sister who's not in the reading. Sometimes it's like that, but it can happen. It should be a more rare insight. And if this has happened with you, with another reader, if you felt they were tuning into somebody else and not you, definitely go back to them and let them know. And you guys can figure out why that may be. There's a lot of different reasons. The final thing I want to say about this is sometimes the things that we think aren't true about us in a reading are actually true, but we may have some resistance to hearing it, or we may not be ready to hear it. And so we'll project that message onto somebody else. So I would say if that's happened, deeply consider if that could be the case on your end. And if not, then consider whether you were thinking about that other person, if you guys have a lot of enmeshment in your relationship. And then finally, let the reader that you originally went to know, because you definitely deserve a reading about you if that's what you're coming for.